On this edition of Lexington Now, updating One Lexington, Bike Month, and new splash pads. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of May 2nd, 2022. Mayor Gorton appointed Divine Karama as the new director of One Lexington last year, and he hit the ground running. Since then, over 3,000 youth and young adults have been reached out to by the program. Here's more.
One Lexington and its community partners have reached out to thousands of young people over the past year, offering support, mentoring, mediation, protection, and more. Since last June, One Lexington has reached out to over 3,000 youth and young adults, facilitated 15 juvenile mediations where violence had occurred, and served 24 families affected by gun violence. And when we talk about youth and families, I want to recognize Chris Schaefer, who's the head of security for Fayette County Public Schools. Thank you, Chief. At the same time, our homicides have been leveling off, and our violent crime is gradually improving. The rate of shootings has slowed, and gun-related homicides, let me say that again, gun-related homicides are down to 7 from 14 at this point last year, a 50% decrease. We're hopeful, and we try not to get too excited, right? Because your work is so hard, but we are so hopeful to see this continue. One Lexington is one of many factors contributing to the improvement in our crime statistics. Crime statistics get the headlines, right? But I think it's just as, or even more important, that One Lexington is helping our young people. We're beginning to have a real impact. The work of One Lexington is best described in a quote from the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Now think about this. We need to stop pulling people out of the river and go upstream and find out why they're falling in.
Me and Larry got together and said, I think it's time that we address the community on the great work that we've been doing with our community partners. And so that is why we're here today, okay? And I also know that we are in a political season. And so things are popping up on social media, things popping up on TV that are just not true, and I think devalue the good work that these people are doing each and every day. And so again, I'm here today to set the record straight on the work that we are doing, but then also understanding that we got a lot more work to do because the warm weather is coming. What is this city doing? What is One Lexington doing? Y'all think I'm just making rap songs every day? No, I'm working with these wonderful people each and every day. We reached out to 30 different cities who were comparable to Lexington in size, demographic, and we said, what are you all doing? What trends are you seeing? What things have you done that have worked? And we pulled from those cities things that were working. But then we also understood that this can't be a one-size-fits-all, right? That Lexington is very unique and different and has its own challenges. And so then we also said, let's study the city, let's pull some stakeholders in, and let's figure out what will work uniquely to Lexington. But then also, we had to be innovative. We're seeing violent crime spike all over the country, not just in Lexington, especially the gun-related homicides. And we feel like we know why, We feel like it has to do with the social unrest and the pandemic of 2020, but it's going to be 5 to 10 years before we get that hard data back, right? But we're smart enough, we're in tuned enough to know that that has an impact. So how can we incorporate things other agencies were doing to support people through the pandemic and the social unrest? And we pulled all of that together, and we have built what I believe is a pretty solid, comprehensive plan. But we're also open into adjusting and continuing to perfect that. So I'm not going to take too much time, but I just want to give you the model that we're working through, which is a national model. And then I want to bring some other speakers up so they can tell you about their partnership with us. And so the model that we've been working through is the peer model, and that is prevention, intervention, enforcement, and reentry.
The Divine Karma Boys Mentor Group taught me a lot about my ancestors. It also taught me about my community. I learned about the struggle of my ancestors and how they were born into slavery. I am now the person I am today because I know that it's beneficial to not participate in violence and gossip. In this group, I learned some techniques that help me think more positively and make good decisions. One of the techniques I've learned was to not take the negativity of others so personally, because what I think about myself and know to be true matters more. I enjoy this group, and I think it's important for more teenagers like me to be in this group. Thanks for letting me talk to you today.
May is Bike Month in Lexington, and there is a full itinerary of bike-related activities and events throughout the month.
This year, the City of Lexington's Metropolitan Planning Organization is hosting its inaugural Bike Month. So throughout the month of May, from May 1st to 31st, you can come and enjoy different events hosted by the city that celebrate safe streets and safe biking. Some of the events we anticipate having this year include a ride challenge. We'll have a couple of different pop-up shops where people who are commuting to work can stop in, have simple fixes on their bikes, grab some coffee and some breakfast, and continue on their way to work. We will also have our inaugural Street Fest event, where we will be closing down a portion of Oliver Lewis Way from High Street all the way to Broadway, and be allowing that space to be taken up by people who want to bike, scoot, skate, or walk around the road that would normally be taken up by drivers. And we'll also have demonstrations there, as well as exhibitors. So it'll be a big community event that is fun for all ages and all experience levels. Whether you first picked up your bike today or you're an experienced seasoned rider, we welcome everyone to come and enjoy and celebrate our love for biking. We will be hosting some safe street cycling training courses where anybody can sign up. It's free. You just have to pre-register, and there are a limited amount of spots. But if you would like to find out more about any of our Bike Month events or register for those, you can visit lexingtonky.gov/bikewalk. We will also have information about the Street Fest on that webpage. Some events are strictly for bike riders, but we will have the Street Fest open to anyone. So whether you have a bike, whether you have a skateboard, a scooter, or just want to come and have some fun, you can just walk around and enjoy the many exhibits that we have there. In the City of Lexington's growing trails, we want to celebrate bike riding. Whether you commute to work via bike or you just like riding bike for entertainment, we would like you to come and celebrate bikes and safe streets.
So the City of Lexington received a grant for $13,500 from the Kentucky Bicycles and Bikeways Commission. It's called the Paul and I Grant. It's funded by the Share the Road license plates that you'll see on cars sometimes. We're going to use that money to purchase up to 32 youth bicycles to create a library that we'll use for programming with after-school programs and summer camps, any kind of like informal program outside of school. We also really hope to bring it into schools at some point, but that's further down the road. We'll have a trailer that we'll store the bikes in, and so it'll be a mobile program that we can take to community centers and other youth organizations. As of right now, it's not the kind of library where you can come check a bike out and then like take it and do your own thing with it and then bring it back. It's more a bike library, just like an assortment of bikes that we'll be able to use for flexible programming in partnership with other organizations. Though, you know, I think another dream is to someday have an actual bike library. I know also that Bird has e-bikes coming to Lexington, so there's some options for people having access to shared bikes. A lot of exciting bike things happening this spring and summer. So as of right now, we have a pilot program scheduled with the William Wells Brown Community Center with their summer programming. We're going to take the bikes there on Tuesdays and work with 15 students in that program. And then on Saturdays, we'll organize some group rides on the Legacy Trail, some of them starting at William Wells Brown, and then some of them will be driving kids out to Coldstream and using that more protected shared path there. I'm just hoping to really get children exposed to bikes and comfortable on bikes, and allow that joy and freedom of movement. So Safety City is run by the Lexington Police Department. It's a super cool child-sized town with child-sized roads and some electric cars that were donated by Toyota. Safety City is really generously allowing us to store our bikes in their garage when they're not in use. And then also we hope to be able to bring students to Safety City to ride the bikes on the paths there. I think that another long-term dream is incorporating the bikes into the programming that Safety City runs for second grade students all throughout Fayette County, and have the electric cars and the bikes all on the road at the same time. But there are some infrastructure adjustments that need to happen before that is a reality. So we're going to be doing a whole range of teach kids who aren't at all familiar with bikes, of teaching them the very basics of, it's called the ABC quick checks, like checking the air, the brakes, the chains, making sure that the bike is safe to ride. And then we'll also be covering changing flat tires, and then getting into some of the more advanced, like how you ride in the road and commuter biking, things like how to look over your shoulder before you change a lane, how to use hand signals. So it'll be a whole range of getting kids fully comfortable and adept at using a bike to get around however they want to. If anyone has ideas or has a program that they want us to come work with, you can reach me at ahilton@lexingtonky.gov, and I would love to hear from people. This is very much a community-based project, and we want to just support biking in the community, and with getting kids on bikes as much as possible.
Lexington's aquatics program breaks ground on another expansion after the break.
Shoo-wee!
So sorry, Blade. We forgot to bring a bag out with us.
Dog waste can harbor viruses, bacteria, and parasites. Rain washes that down the storm drain into our local creeks.
And it smells really bad.
Ew!
Thanks for the bag. Now we can bag it, tie it, trash it. It's that easy to keep our kids safe and our creeks clean.
Now I can breathe.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Parks and Recreation has officially broken ground on the new splash pads going in at Charles Young Park. We were there for the announcement.
So today we're breaking ground on Splash, a water play project that will soon make quite a splash here in Charles Young Park. A new playground, resurfaced basketball courts, and now Splash will make Charles Young Park a real attraction in the East End neighborhood. Splash will be a large, interactive water feature telling the story of now Brigadier General Charles Young, a native Kentuckian and the first African American to attain the rank of colonel in the United States Army. Splash will also draw upon the bluegrass landscape, mimicking the karst, creeks, and streams found in rural areas. Using recirculating water, the water play area will include water bubbling up from stones, crossing water arches, and a constant, shallow stream surrounded by stepping stones and artificial turf mounds for play or sitting. Plans call for the addition of trees to cool off the area, as well as include native plantings, and the project includes renovation of the existing restroom building. With plenty of input from neighbors, including neighborhood children, Splash has been designed to appeal to children and adults of different ages and abilities.
Here we are again in Charles Young Park, and I think it's important that we celebrate every opportunity that we can with the investment that's taking place in this neighborhood and the investment that's taking place in this park. I think the mayor acknowledged the private funding that's gone into this particular development, but it's been a lot of public investment in this park, in this neighborhood and community as well. When you're investing in downtown neighborhoods, historic African-American neighborhoods, one of the most important things you can do is to reach out to the neighbors and get their input, their feedback about what they want in their park, in their neighborhood. And I'm proud to say that our Parks Department, Brandy and the mayor's office, our commissioners, I don't want to start naming them all because I'll forget them, have done an excellent job in reaching out and making sure that this community has been involved in this project, in every project in this park since I've been in office. So I think that deserves a round of applause. Yeah. There's a lot of growth and development taking place in Lexington right now. A lot of it in infill and redevelopment areas. This project in this park is just one of many that are taking place in this neighborhood. But I think as long as we stay focused on being intentional and including the neighbors' feedback, input, and what we want to see and what they want to see in our communities is important, and I think we will be successful if we continue to do that.
Did you know that Lexington has a call center to better serve the citizens of the city? Each year, LexCall takes thousands of calls related to the city's varied services and programs. Here's how they do it.
Hi, my name is Tracy Holman. I am a customer service representative at LexCall.
Hi, I'm Andrea Williams, and I am also a customer service representative here at LexCall.
LexCall is an information office that takes calls for many offices in Lexington within the urban county government, such as code enforcement, waste management, building inspection. We transfer those calls to the necessary people that are requested.
Our call volume, it normally fluctuates. It just depends. Now that we're going into spring, the call volume may increase due to citizens cleaning out their garages or basements.
Customers calling in, we try to stay professional and diffuse the situation because they're upset about, could be many things, trash, neighbors having extra stuff out that shouldn't be out. So we here at LexCall pretty much stay calm and professional to assist the customers in their needs.
So they can either reach us by dialing 311 from their mobile, or they can call 859-425-2255. And we also have an app, so you can go to your Google Play Store and download the 311 app. And you can put in service requests, put any comments or complaints that you may have. You can use that app for that. So if your Herbie, Rosie, or Lenny are missed on your normal collection day, you can report that. Any code violations you can also report. And if you are just needing to ask a question regarding any building inspection concerns or planning and zoning for your council member as well, we can get that information to the correct division that it needs to go to.
LexCall is your one-stop call for any city questions that you may have. You can call us for anything and we'll be able to assist you or get you to the right department.
There are several live meetings on the Lex TV schedule this week, and you can catch them all here or streaming online. And remember, for the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business, check out our website at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.